Welcome to the You Need More Money podcast. I'm your host, Matt Manero, where I come to each and every week from my studio in Dallas, Texas. I'm struggling with this social media thing. I just can't get my head around it. And I was on a plane recently, and I found myself sitting in first class, scrolling through my feed on social media. And I looked around, and the guy next to me was reading a book. The guy in front of me was reading the Wall Street Journal. The guy next to me was watching documentaries on his iPad. And I said, what am I doing? What the hell am I doing scrolling through my feed while other successful people here are learning? They're getting better. Nobody in first is scrolling through their feed. And I immediately deleted all my icons. That was 2 weeks ago. I haven't reinstalled them, and I'm not so sure that I ever will. Because the problem I have with social is that I no longer control my feed. Someone else controls my feed, a puppeteer. Whether it's Zuckerberg or it's somebody at Google or YouTube or Twitter, someone else is controlling the messaging that I'm taking in, particularly on Facebook. I just can't get a clean feed anymore. And as I'm preparing for Business Finishing School this weekend, which for those of you who may not know, Business Finishing School is the educational company that I own half of with my friend Rick Sapio. This weekend is our 14th boot camp. We do one in February and we do one in September. And this is a countercultural message. Business Finishing School is the message of don't buy into all this hype. Keep it real, keep it authentic, understand the rules of business, implement the rules of business in your business and watch it take off, just like I did with Business Finishing School in my business when it took off. And that message of authenticity and truth just, to me, doesn't exist on social anymore. And I think the reason is because, look, I'm a capitalist. I'm a free speech guy. I want to control my destiny. And it feels as though when I'm on social, someone else is controlling my destiny. I have to watch you do things that you do on social to impress me, and then I have to determine if I'm impressed or I'm unimpressed. And the whole damn thing just takes too much thought. And in the big picture, it's an incredibly low value activity. So I'm off it. Now, I'm going to do social my way. I'm going to talk about it here just for a second of what I'm going to do on social. And I have to suggest, I suggest you do the same thing. Because the amount of time that people are spending just doing this scroll thing is obscene. The winners, the richest people I know, are not scrolling their social media feeds. They are learning, they are reading, they are conversing with other people, they are present in their moment, not scrolling through a feed, trying to be present or not present in someone else's moment. That's what exists on social, and it makes me crazy. Let's talk about this Alex Jones thing for a minute. Look, I have literally never read an article from Alex Jones. I've never watched a video of Alex Jones. I've never read a tweet from Alex Jones. I know almost nothing about him except somebody on social was kind enough to say, "You look like Alex Jones." And I responded and said, hopefully a nicer looking version of Alex Jones, but I'll take it. They also said I look like that guy from Bar Rescue, Taffer, John Taffer. And they've also said much less kind things about who I look like. But here's the one thing that doesn't sit well with me on this Alex Jones deal, is I don't like the fact that Alex Jones, for good, bad, or indifferent, has built a massive audience, something like 20 million or more views on his videos, and built a career, made money, providing for his family, and all of a sudden, within a matter of a week, the social media platforms say, we don't like your messaging, Alex Jones, we're going to shut you off. Basically destroyed his ability to make money. And I don't like where that's going, because forget about whether you like or dislike Alex Jones. I don't know anything about what the guy says. But if your product lives on Facebook, I'd be scared. If your service is reliant upon Facebook advertising, I'd be shitting my pants. Because when those algorithm changes, everything could change in your business. You're no longer controlling your business if it exists exclusively on social media. Just look at how the algorithms have changed. Hell, on your personal Facebook page, you can't even get your pictures of your kids in your Halloween outfits to your entire group of friends anymore. Everything on social is being reduced or controlled or throttled down or throttled up if you pay. It's a pay-to-play environment. You add that piece of the puzzle to this lack of authenticity, this lack of control, this lack of information that I accept and feed my brain on social, and to me it becomes an incredibly low value activity. So I challenge you, analyze your activities, everything that you do, is it a high value activity or is it a low value activity? And every time I overlay social media under whether or not it's a high value activity, make me better, make me more intelligent, make me more focused, make me work on some of the things that maybe I'm not great at, or maybe to enhance my superpower, I don't come up with a reason to be on it. The only reason I come up with being on social media is if I can do it my way. And that's the only way I'm going to do it moving forward. I'm going to push out content that is truthful and authentic and my story that hopefully can help you of how a guy started from nothing and built a meaningful business, all the mistakes I made along the way, all the things I did right. How can I teach you? How can I educate you? And that will mean that we're going to push out a ton of great content, and it might mean I don't like your response. I don't always maybe hit the heart or the like or send you a thumbs up. Those things are not really that important. I don't want to judge you on whether you like my stuff, and I don't want to be judged on whether you like my stuff. I just want it to exist in the ecosystem of business. And social is a platform that helps get that message out, but we are controlled by social media and we don't even realize it. You wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is go for your iPhone and you scroll through your Facebook feed. Could you imagine what your life would look like if you woke up in the morning and you meditated on what you're grateful for? Just ask yourself, what would be a high value activity or a low value activity? Waking up to scroll my Facebook feed before I wipe the sand out of my eyes, or I wake up and I put myself into an incredible state where I talk to myself only about what I'm grateful for. Ask yourself, which is a high value or low value activity? And now ask yourself, which do you do? Of course you don't do the second. You wake up and scroll. You are addicted to this crazy thing called social media in which some puppeteer is pushing messages to you. You don't even control what you feed your brain anymore. It's madness. Time to stop it. And I have stopped it for the last 2 weeks. I'll tell you why it's really important to me. Here's what was starting to happen. I was going to my kids' games. You know what I was doing? I was saying to myself, oh man, let me see if I can get the shot of Johnny Boy catching the touchdown pass so that I can time it right and edit it right so I can upload right to Instagram story and people go, oh, that's so awesome. Way to go, Johnny Boy. No social for the last 2 weeks for me. And last night, my son Jack at his game, I'm on the sidelines, I'm watching the game, I'm totally present, totally involved in it. I'm giving him a real thumbs up, not an emoji thumbs up. I'm giving him a real thumbs up when he comes to the line of scrimmage. He looks over, he sees me, he gives me a real thumbs up back. And on 3rd and long, they throw him the pass. He takes it 80 yards down the field and scores. Do you know how many times I was in the stands when stuff like that happened and I was worried about, am I going to catch it for social? Am I going to get this because it's going to make for a great story? Am I in the right restaurant so people will be like, oh yeah, that's cool. Am I in front of the cool car? Boy, what would happen if I could take pictures on a private jet so people would think I'm really cool? I'm in first, better snap the picture so people see that I'm in first and not that I'm in coach. I need to picture the leg room. It's so stupid. It's so ridiculous. And it was part of my existence for a little while. And I damn sure know it's part of your existence. And I'm challenging you on the podcast today. Stop that madness. Analyze what you're doing in a high value activity or low value activity. Be present. Be present in the situation with your workers, your coworkers, your freaking spouse, your children, your friends, and put that fucking phone down. It's such a waste of time. When you look at it at high value or low value activity, is it more special to sit with your wife and give her a hug while your kid's running 80 yards down the field? Or is it better for you to have that fucking phone out wondering, am I gonna catch this picture because it would make for a cool story on Instagram? That's the message. I want you to like me because of the message that I push out to educate you and help feed your brain, not for where I am or where I go or who I'm with. Because here's what I can tell you first and foremost. I will never judge you for that stuff if it exists in your life. And you and I both know that most of us are pushing that bullshit out and half of it ain't real. Anybody can buy a fancy steak. Anybody can be in front of a cool car. Shit, anybody can buy a cool car, for God's sakes. If you got about $1,000 a month to afford a payment, you can drive a sweet ride too. Don't be impressed by that bullshit. As we say in Texas, he's big hat, no cattle. That's my message for today, man. I love you. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you liking and sharing my stuff. I'm grateful for it. But I want you to do it for authenticity, and I want you to remember that teaching you is a high-value activity to me, not trying to be controlled by somebody else's version of what's cool or what's correct or what's right or even what's truthful or what's fake. I'll see y'all down the road.